Hi guys!
Hi guys.
Welcome back to Real Time with Ruby and Jada, episode 5. And today's episode, we're gonna interview with Sculpture.
Hi, I'm Andrea Orduña and I go to Nixon High School and I'm in Sculpture and VMT.
I'm Aaron Robles and I'm also in Nixon High School and I also am in Sculpture.
When did you guys start sculpture?
I started Sculpture around 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, I would say 1 year.
Yeah.
Like almost 2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years. We were in dance and then we switched to Sculpture.
I mean, it was because we've always heard about it, like ever since how VMT would go to the middle schools and they would present. Sorry. Yeah, they would present and they would show everything, and I would see them, and I've always had an interest in art, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw it, I was like, damn. But I saw dance too,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like,
Yeah.
like which one do I
Which one's better?
choose? Like which
Yeah.
one's better? Which one do I choose? And I chose dance, but eventually throughout I changed my mind and I moved to sculpture, and it's a better choice. It's been
Yeah.
a better choice.
I was in dance for 3 years before I came to VMT. And then when I came to VMT, I originally came here for art classes.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do any exercise at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to choose dance because I wanted to do
Same.
exercise.
That was a huge factor in choosing
Yeah,
dance for
it
me,
was. And then I kind of lost the passion for dance. Like, I didn't want to
Likewise.
dance anymore. So then I decided to do what I originally came for,
Which was
which
art.
was art. Yeah.
What was your first drawing as a child? Like, do you remember your first actual drawing? And how did that turn into you wanting to do sculpture?
Yeah, mine, it was a bed, in a room. It was kind of weird, but it was just I focused really so much on the bed because it was the bed I actually wanted as a child. And my parents were going to redecorate my room, so I drew what I wanted.
Like a blueprint?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
I was
Cool.
little,
That's
so
cool.
I didn't really know what I was drawing. I usually just drawed whatever, the closet. There was, hangers, but they were...
You drew something you wanted in real
Yeah,
life.
I
That's
drew. I drew the
Mhm.
room I actually wanted.
Yeah.
That was my first official drawing. Cause some people stick figures. And all that.
Yeah, little
But,
house or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, for real.
That was one of the first drawings where I thought hey, I could actually do this. This is actually not that bad. But of course back then it was really bad
Yeah.
because of my age, my skills. They were very low at that
Wait,
time.
how old were you when you did
I
that?
was around 5 years old.
Wow.
Oh.
I wouldn't remember anything. I drew
Yeah,
everything.
same. Well, for me, it was I would draw a lot of clothes. It was a lot of clothes. I loved clothing when I was little. It was I would draw dresses, suits, and all these things that I could actually build in real life. So if I ever wanted to, I could take those designs and make them in real life. And that's why with sculpture, it's like I can make something in my head and bring it to life with my hands.
Yeah.
Exactly like clothes. So I've always had that thing where I've always liked having an idea and bringing it to life.
And how old were you when you did your first drawing?
Me, I was old. I was 8 when I started drawing clothes.
That's cool.
Well, not old, right? But
And are you interested in doing fashion?
Oh, I love fashion. I love.
I know
fashion.
you're very stylish.
Thank you.
You are very stylish.
I love fashion, but
But making your own clothes, actually.
it's because I've thought about a lot of things. I like a lot of things, and that is definitely something I would try to dabble in the future. Because I love it. I love fashion. I love clothes. I love having an idea of clothing and making it into a real art form.
And
your
sculpture
goal-
helps with that, right?
Yeah, sculpture really helps with that. Yes, because it's the same as making an idea in your head and making it in real life.
What does sculpture mean to you guys?
Sculpture for me, it's another form of art. It's basically in the category of art. And for me, it's really feeling useful. Because when you make a sculpture, you create something new, something that hasn't been done before, something original from a person's mind and personality. I think For me, art was really expressive because I began mostly with art when my dad was in the hospital and I started drawing a lot. And then when I was getting bullied, I drew a lot of like bully things, you know, so that's a way that I would express myself. And I've always loved like creating new things. I would always play with clay and create little like sculptures out of clay. My dad still has some. Yeah. No, mine was like polymer clay. And I would do all those types of things, and I was basically self-taught in art. I taught myself how to draw, and I already knew like the basics, so I wasn't really interested in going in art because I mean, yeah, you could always learn more, but I want to learn something new. I never knew how to like do an actual sculpture. It would always be like, oh, just painting and drawing. I never knew how to like actually create things with my hand. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Well, I love art. Like, I love sculpture. When I joined it, I automatically like had a connection with it. Like, having to use my hands to build something. It's very like passionate. It's very like hands-on, and it feels good to have something made, like out of your own work, out of your own passion, out of your own like heart, and having an idea and bringing it to life. That's, as I've been saying, it's just beautiful, and we shouldn't stop doing art or anything. It's a good way to express yourself, and I've had express myself, and I do get a lot of emotions out through art.
And it feels right, like it's more like of a release for
Yes,
y'all.
it is a
Well,
release.
like
Yeah.
how
I
would you
do.
say it, like a release where you can
Yeah.
show everything?
Yeah, you know how like dancers, they usually dance when they're like mad, or they express their feelings throughout
Yeah.
dance, or singing. Some singers do that as well. They create songs, or they play like a sad song.
Or they start to cry when they
Yeah,
sing.
for us, it's basically just instead of acting it out, doing something in motion, you put it in a paper, or you put it in an object, basically. Like, there was this sculpture that's in Mr. Santos' room right now. It's beautiful for me because I was really overweight as a child.
Oh yeah.
And there's one with a woman shaped as an overweight person with a hole in the middle. And I don't really know what the artist thought when they were creating it. But for me, it meant like I want to starve myself because this is how I look. That really made like a connection to me. It really like spoke to me. That's the way that we usually like create and put our emotions out there, by creating the things that really bothers us.
That's really cool though. Like,
Yeah.
to let everything go.
No, it's beautiful. That's what I'm saying. Art is beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
It's life in your eyes.
Yeah. Even with you guys, I don't know about you guys, but you guys are probably not connected to art as much as we are.
No, I believe
you guys
this is
can
art.
connect with anything, like any like piece of like a little drawing could really connect with you, because you
Anything
see
can trigger,
anything.
yeah, anything
You
can trigger.
really see anything with your eyes. Like, you could see a face formed in this wall, and you could be like, oh, that's a really like beautiful face. And all that. Like, my mom, she's not really connected with art. She doesn't understand what I draw and all of that. But my dad is, because he's a musician.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he
see
kind
it.
of
He gets
understands
it.
me. Yeah. He understands me. My mom really doesn't. Like, there's, you know how in the floor sometimes your mind creates pictures?
Yeah.
You know?
Like the things move a little bit.
Yeah, like I told my parents, oh my God, look, it's like a dog in the floor. And my dad sees it, but my mom doesn't. And it's kind of difficult, but I know she tries to understand it.
Virgo
And
energy.
Yeah. You know, and everybody can get art. It's a very easy thing to get. And I really think everyone should have like a little art in their life, because it really works. You know?
It helps.
It helps. It helps a lot.
Since you guys talk about how sculpture helps you like release your real emotion and show like your feelings and everything, what type of music do y'all listen to? Music like when you are like in the process of drawing or making a sculpture or sketching, like what type of music do you listen to?
Yes, we do.
We do listen
Yes.
to a lot of music.
Always.
Especially with our sculpture teacher.
Yes.
He usually puts...
He loves music.
Yeah, he usually puts his music.
Yes.
And it's very calming.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, we have a very similar taste in music,
Yeah.
I'd like to say. And it's nice having a teacher with similar taste in
Yeah.
music, because it's like, we just vibe,
Yeah.
and it's very nice to just chill. we
Yeah,
vibe,
because
man.
We vibe
you're
it.
basically
Yeah.
like letting all your stress out with music,
Yeah,
and then
just-
doing this. So it's very like
Calming.
relaxing.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how to
Therapeutic.
explain it.
It's
Yeah.
therapeutic.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
it is.
And what like genre would you say that you all would listen to?
Well, in class it's very indie, very rock also.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like 80s. It's very different music.
It's very-
alternative. It's alternative.
Oh,
yeah,
alternative
it's very
music.
like his generation
Mhm.
music, but it's very
It's also he has modern music as well.
yeah. He has modern music as well. I usually listen to like not really rock, but alternative rock.
Mm-hmm.
When I do like drawings or sculptures or things like that. I'm not sure what you
I
listen
like
to.
electronic music. I like
Mm.
it a lot. I don't know, just the beats. It's just like
Yeah, it
it's
just
just
goes
like,
with you.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Mm.
It makes me want to move. It makes me want to like work. That's why I listen
Yeah.
to it. But I also listen to a lot of indie, alternative rock
Yeah.
music.
And what would you say would be like your go-to artist? Like when you know you have to like start sketching or anything, like what right away, like what artists do you listen to?
Usually the Smiths or for me 21 Pilots because I
I'm-
love 21 Pilots.
I really like Grimes. Grimes is really good. Grimes, and I also like Coldplay. Coldplay really
Coldplay,
gets me.
Coldplay.
so
gets me
fun
really-
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, my go-to is the Smiths or 21 Pilots.
Mhm.
And Coldplay.
Coldplay's
Coldplay's
really
Yeah,
good.
Coldplay's really good.
Maroon 5 as well.
Oh my god, I love Adam Levine.
Yeah. Adam Levine.
But is there a time where where music will throw you off or no?
Actually, yeah, I've had like little days where it does throw me off. I can't concentrate enough. I'm not
you're
sure
right,
why,
yes.
But maybe it's the like the
energy
mood.
of the music.
Yeah,
maybe.
the mood and then the energy doesn't match.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it kind of throws you off. You get
Mhm.
irritated or you just want peace and quiet. But
Yeah.
it's basically the mood of the person and the
Yeah.
energy of the type of music you're
Yes.
listening to.
So you would say that music does affect your
Mood?
your concentration
Oh,
in
Yeah.
doing
Yes,
sculpture
I
It
and
do
everything.
does.
Yes, it
It's
does.
both positive and negative. It really
You'll
just
hear
depends.
a lot of teachers talking about this too, about how music really helps
Mhm.
students.
Yeah.
And I guess sometimes it really depends because some students don't like music.
Yeah.
There's this one time in class where I'm like, they're pretty music, and I'm like, what do I listen to?
Yeah.
The teacher
Yeah.
or
Like the music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's probably just the person who's already stressed enough and then they have to listen to this and that and it's like
The overwhelmness.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
overwhelming.
Would you say that you would guys want to work like alone? Like, would you work like alone and listen to your music, or like surrounded by people, like when you're sketching?
It depends what type of people.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if you surround yourself with like really noisy people,
Mm.
like we're very talkative in
Yeah,
our
we
class. We talk, we have like conversations, arguments,
Mhm.
and all that, but we usually like we have a good connection.
Mhm.
If I don't have a good connection with you in a group, I wouldn't be comfortable, but if it was like me alone, that would be like way better.
When I'm talking, I like to listen to music in the background.
Okay.
It's like a different weird. It's like it's the music just feels good in the background, just chilling there, and then you're having this conversation, and you're getting taken away by the conversation.
Mhm.
So it's just like you ignore the music, but you still hear the music. So it's just if the music matches the vibe of the conversation,
Mhm.
you're good, and it feels nice.
It just goes.
It flows.
with
It
Yeah,
flows.
Yeah.
It flows.
It does.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. We'd like to thank the students we interviewed today, and
And subscribe to our new YouTube channel. And see you in the next episode.